makeup lovers, how are you guys doing? Today we're going to be playing with the new Adept Cosmetics House of L palette. I recently did a first impression with swatches of this palette and I'll make sure to link that in the cards for y'all. But today I wanted to go ahead and play with it more and get 2 more looks in before the palette launches, just so you guys can get some more inspo, see what the shades look like, and whether I recommend purchasing it. So in today's video, I went ahead and did a really beautiful look with the blues and greens, and then I also did this look with the multi-chrome shadow called Zor L, which I'll just show you guys real quick up close so you can get a better look. The shift is so pretty. Sorry to get all up in the camera so soon, but I felt like you guys needed to see that. At the end of the video, I'm also just gonna give y'all my quick review. This palette does launch, it should be tomorrow for the time that you're seeing this video on May 14th. I'll make sure to have all of the details down below, and you can also use my affiliate code AMYLOVES to save a little bit of money off. So if you wanna see the 2 looks, hear my thoughts, then let's just jump right on in. All right, y'all, so jumping right on in, I already went ahead and primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer. So let's go ahead and start with the matte shade Con L. This is gonna be a super simple look. I just really wanna focus on the greens and the blues today. I feel like in my first impression of this palette, I gave you all I was like, oh, this would be a cute idea. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm starting off on just a big fluffy brush and throwing that first on my outer V and then through my crease. All right, so there's what one layer looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and build it up just a little bit on the fluffy brush. Going with a bit more. Since I am using such a fluffy brush, it is definitely diffusing the color a little bit, but we'll go in with something more dense in just a moment. All right, so I picked up a little bit more of that and we're just gonna pack it on the outer V just to get the most out of this shade. Then I'm also gonna go ahead and just line that along my entire lower lash line with a little tiny pencil brush. Okay, next I'm gonna go into this light blue right here called Zor L. Just picking up a little tiny bit on the pencil brush, and I'm gonna start that off on the lower lash line, blending it over the green because that's so pretty. And then I'm also gonna pick up a little bit more of that shade and bring that onto the inner corner. Isn't that not so beautiful? My goodness. Can't handle it. Okay. I keep wanting to add more even though I don't even feel like I need to, but it's just so pretty. It's actually applying really, really well with a brush. So now lastly, we're already almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and take the green Laura Van L. I'm just gonna use my finger honestly because it's the easiest thing to do, and I'm gonna pop that all over the lid. Not being too precise. Oh my goodness, I told you guys you would get such a pretty green look out of this palette. I love it. And the textures of the shimmers are just everything. I actually kind of want to wipe off my finger and go in with just a touch more of Zor L because it is so pretty, just kind of bringing that up about halfway into the lid, kind of mixing with the green. Really quickly off camera, I'm gonna go into the We Makeup Only eye pencil in shade Malachite Green just to match. I'm gonna throw on the Melt Cosmetics Supernatural Mascara, and I'll be right back. For blush today, I'm just grabbing the shade Romantica from the Alamar Fair Light Blush Palette. Just gonna throw a little bit of that on. And then for highlight, I'm gonna go into the Alamar La Costa highlighter, which is just a really beautiful kind of soft gold, and throw that on the tops of my cheekbones, as well as my nose, my chin. For lips, I'm gonna go into Lethal Airwave. This is honestly the prettiest brown lipstick. Alright, y'all, so this is the finished first look with the House of L palette. I love how it turned out. I feel like it was so simple, so easy. It literally took me 5 minutes to do, and the shimmers are just stunning. Like that blue on the inner corner is everything, and I actually didn't get any fallout at all, even using a brush for an Adept shimmer, so I feel like that is pretty darn good. So now let's go ahead and jump on into the second look. All right, again, I already went ahead and primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer. For this second look, I really want to focus on the warm tones in the palette, and honestly, using this multi-chrome right here, Zor L, it just looks so, so beautiful. So that's going to be the focus, but I think we're going to go ahead and start off with this orange matte right here called Mon L. So I'm just going to start that off by packing it all on my lid. I just thought that maybe we could try a little bit of a different application for the mattes than what I normally do. So just throwing that all over the lid first, and then we'll start working it into the crease. It's funny because I feel like all the oranges in this palette look so orange in the palette, but on the eyes, they seem to pull more true red. But just gonna go ahead and start bringing that up through my crease. It does not have to be perfect, but we're trying to get a basis of what we want. I think that looks pretty good to start off with. I wouldn't say that this matte formula is amazing by any means, but it's definitely better than some others that I've tried from Adept. I feel like their matte formula keeps getting better, honestly. And I definitely think that there's some that in the past I would not have wanted to do this kind of application with, but it's looking pretty good, honestly. I think you could even do like a little smoky eye like this, and then do like the pop on the inner corner that I'm gonna do, and call it a day. And you could do it without the shimmers, but at the same time, like with how good Adept shimmers are, I don't know why you'd want to do that. I'm wiping that brush off, and now I'm gonna go into the lighter orangey matte or Eroke L, and just putting that right through my crease, and using that to kind of blend it out the rest of the way. All right, so now let's start on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take a Laura Zor L and just use that on the, okay, that's not wanting to pick up on this brush. Let's see if I can get some pigment off. I'm gonna use that on the outer half of the lower lash line. It's honestly just showing up very, very sparkly. Kind of being very careful because this is picking up a little bit messily with the brush, but honestly, it looks pretty good. It's pretty cool how it is applying and looking almost like it's a pressed glitter, like that's how sparkly it is, but texture wise, it's not. All right, so we did that about halfway. I think it looks pretty good. Now we're gonna go into this kind of pinky orange called Cal L. Just popping that on the inner half of the lower lash line. Like I said, it's definitely a little messy. These definitely work a bit better as lid shades, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness. But I mean, that is stunning. Wiping my brush off again, and we're gonna take this beautiful pink, which is called Cara Zor L, and pop that onto the inner corner. Has such a gold flip to it. I feel like you can barely even see the pink. But just gonna go ahead and start bringing that up a little bit. Again, so sparkly, and I have gotten barely any fallout so far. It's funny, I had to get up real quick because I had a phone call, and I sat back down and I was just like, just amazed at how pretty the lower lash line looks. Like, it is so intense. I am loving this eye look. So now let's go ahead and go into the shade Zor L. My goodness, it's just so pretty. I think I'm just gonna use my finger, but I mean, look at that. It's a magical shade. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tap that on the center of my lid, and then just kind of blend out from there. Again, not being like super precise, but oh my goodness. Can't even handle it. The sparkles are everything. I'm really not getting a bunch of fallout at all. Like, I think there's like 2 specks on this side. It's very manageable. All right, so that is the look. I feel like if I come a little closer, you can see the shift. Off camera, I'm gonna add the Linda Hallberg Likeable Mood Pencil through my waterline. Gonna go in, I almost lost it, with the Melt Supernatural Mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I think this might be the prettiest warm look that I've ever done. Like, I can't stop staring at the shift and the sparkliness, but we're gonna go ahead and go back into the Alamar blush palette. I'm gonna use this really beautiful, like, glowy orange called Apricot Aura. I feel like it is the vibe of this look. So just throwing a little bit of that on. And then I'm gonna grab the Lethal Ionic highlighter and just throw a little bit of that over top. Okay, lastly, I'm gonna go into the Pat McGrath lipstick in the shade Negligee. This is my favorite right now for like anything that has like a little bit of like a peachy oranginess to it. I feel like it's just gonna be such a pretty nude. All right, y'all, so this is the finished look. I am obsessed. I love how it turned out. I mean, I feel like this is the essence of indie makeup, the shimmer heaven of the industry. Like, I just feel like being so dramatic right now because I love how it turned out. So just to give you guys my quick thoughts on this palette, I honestly really, really like it. I think that it's a fun color story. I feel like the mattes are a good addition to the shimmers that are in here. I'm happy that it's shimmer heavy because I love the Adept shimmers. The mattes have decent pigmentation to them. They're overall easy to blend. Like I said, not my absolute favorite matte formula ever, but they are usable, they're workable, they do the job, so I'm happy with them. The star of the show is definitely the top two rows. They are so good. I'm telling you, the texture of these shadows, the shifts, like, they make this palette worth it to me. Honestly, I would recommend it for those 6 shadows alone because they are so sparkly, so good. Like, if you love warm tones especially, like, these 4 shades, absolutely above and beyond. And also this shade on the inner corner is just perfection. So personally, I'm really, really happy with them. The owner did tell me that they had a little bit more fallout than some of the other shimmers, but I personally didn't experience that. Even without a glitter primer and even using some of these shimmers with brushes, I didn't get fallout. I didn't wipe, oh, I have a little spot of concealer messed up there from when I did my eyeliner, but I didn't even wipe anything away. Like, I just can't believe it's this good and so easy to use. So I'm a fan. I feel like that is pretty much all I have to say. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.